morning everyone, I'm Mel Spikes and welcome to Kaima Boat Ramp. Today it's raining and it's forecast to be showers all day. Currently it's sprinkling and I think that's just the beginning. So I thought I would create a video showing what fishing in the rain is like. It's not often that I fish in the rain, and when I do I never film it because it's wet, everything's wet, it's very hard to film, but I figured why not. Today is the perfect opportunity to show you guys what fishing is like. It might be good, it might be bad. From my experience it's quite normal, it's quite the same, if not a little bit better, but we'll give it a go and we'll see what happens. Let's do fishing Botany Bay in the rain. I don't know if you can see behind me, like right there, but that's Nick White from Tech Fishing. He's the guy that came on my boat and basically taught me everything new about my sounder that I didn't know. I thought I understood my sounder, I understood the picture, all the aspects of it, but I knew like 5%. That bloke opened up my eyes to a whole new world of fishing, and I highly recommend, I highly recommend that you get in touch with Nick White at Tech Fishing if you're interested in getting the most out of your sounder. He does every brand and he does every location in Australia. Just contact him, he'll let you know when he's next coming into your town or city, and yeah, get better at understanding your sounder, which will generally mean you'll become a better fisherman by far. And he doesn't know I've done this, so too bad. He's a good bloke, I respect him, and I'm going to give him, you know, the exposure he deserves. So yeah, anyway, enough about that. Let's catch some fish in the rain. Oh, look at the quality of that bloody raindrop. What the hell? That's crazy. Hey, you're not going to believe that in the span of that 5 minutes of me dribbling my crap, it cleared up. What the hell? It doesn't look good back there, but ahead of me, what the hell? Alright, let's make the most of this while we can and catch some fish. Today is the Padstow Ladies' Day comp, so it'd be quite rude of me not to participate. It's iffy as. It's iffy as. It's very windy, which you have to remember when it's raining on and off. The wind comes with the rain sometimes and it can be completely unpredictable. Jesus! This is ridiculous. There's like a half a metre to a 1 metre swell inside Botany Bay. Now, look at that. This is usually a glass out bay. It is fucked, and it's gonna dump. It's gonna dump rain. Jesus. And there's a kayak guy, so I'm not the only idiot. catch a fish. I've done some pretty stupid shit in my life, and I'm starting to regret this decision. The wind is like double what it was supposed to be, and I thought I could deal with a bit of wet because the wind's okay, you know. The wind is not okay. The swell is not okay. That's just half pilly rig, half pilly bait, half pilly rod and reel. Later, we'll see. I'll give them all a measure at the end because I can't keep doing anything other than catching these fish for the comp and then getting out of here. There you go, mate. You can stay with David. That's a good bream, man. That's a good bream. Straight through the tail, straight through the spine, let it dangle on the ankle. I would like to take this opportunity to mention that my waterproof pants are not waterproof. They're not waterproof, they lied. Sound is going nuts. Some nice fish down there. I'm using fresh human grade sardines straight from the fish market. Best bait. I'm getting some good hits. I just realised that's not even the 3.0 half pilly rig. I'm going to change that next. And I might go the traditional green sinker as well. Pink's not my favourite. Going to change the rig. Oh! What the fuck? Bro! might just go a little bit heavier with the weight to counter the fluctuating wind, which goes from, I don't know, 15 to 22 knots, depending on what kind of, depending on what kind of cloud system is coming over us. You know, like if this big rain cloud you can see there disappears, I reckon the wind will calm down to a tolerable level. There's a game fishing boat going out. Sinker, swivel, 16-pound rig, 3.0 octopus circle from Gamakatsu. Oh, sorry, it's not a, is it an octopus circle? I don't even fucking know. I've lost my mind. Lost my pillies, actually. Stupid idea. Please don't be a stingray. It's gonna be. Did not need this. I don't have time to muck around with vacuum cleaners. Get up. Alright, get up. I can't lift this thing off the floor. I'm gonna put you somewhere safe. Let's go. Up. It's a banjo, decent sized banjo boy with the dangles. Now class, what is the next step after we catch a banjo? We loosen the drag so we don't stuff up the next fish. Yeah, I can't even pull that. Maybe I'm too heavy. Maybe I need to lighten that sinker back up. It's not too bad now. Levels of regret are dropping. Because we have such peaks and troughs in the water, you have to remember when your boat goes up, so does your bait. It lifts off the floor. Finding that sweet spot to keep it on the floor just is very challenging. Once you work it out, you'll catch fish. It's jumping up and down like this and not hitting the floor, less chance of a good hookup. very attractive for the fish, but I don't think you'll get many hookups. If you're like me, you're getting none. I don't think I've been in swell this dramatic inside Botany Bay before. It's quite gross, seasick style. I am not sure what this is. I don't know if this is a ray. It's not heavy. It's very pulley, unless it's a small ray. I think it's a really small ray. One more of them and we're leaving and going somewhere else. That's a fish! Holy shit, that's an actual fish! That's a flatty. Bloody tiny ass flatty, but it's a fish. I need a big one. Go back and tell your mum that Spikes needs you for the competition. So we've got a brim, a flathead, and 2 banjo rays, which is not really impressive. I don't justify those fish as a reason to come out and fish in this kind of extreme weather. I suppose the plus is that it's not really that cold. If it was cold, I'd be crying in the corner. I'm just gonna pitch the tail. Hitch the tail like that. Extra shot of a hit. Okay, so it rained and nothing happened, and then I caught another banjo ray, and then I caught a Port Jackson, and then I caught a nice flathead. So I'm sorry that this was not on camera. How rude. It's a bugger I missed the hookup on this nice fat flatty, but that's okay. I'll put it in the tank that's coming home for dinner. I'll give it a measure at the end of the session, but I'm going to say that's 45 plus centimetres. As I was saying, that's 45 plus centimetres easy, and that's a nice big flathead for rain fishing in Botany Bay. Now, I'll keep the cam rolling, but something tells me I have found where the flathead have moved to continue their breeding orgy. They were quite they were quite east of Yarra Bay when they had their initial mating session with the brim, but I'm now right in the center of Yarra Bay. The artificial reef is just to the left of me, and that size flathead, if it's one, it's one, but if I get another one, they've moved here, which means you need to come to Yarra Bay artificial, fish the surrounding areas, the drop-offs where the sand is, and you'll get the flatty. Let's see if I can find another one though. Just gonna put my jacket on the clothesline, because if it starts raining again, at least this wind will dry my jacket, even though I have a backup jacket as well. It's better to dry it now just in case. How's that for a clothesline? That's fucking hilarious. Oh shit. Okay, so I'm gonna lighten my sinker just a little bit, because the current has dropped off quite a bit. We're moving towards low tide, so the current should slow down a little bit as we approach the low. I have a good feeling about this spot. I have marked on the map a 74 centimetre flathead has come from here. So maybe that 74 centimetre flathead still lives here, because I did release it. And that was years ago, three years ago. Hopefully it still lives here and it's grown a bit. I think that was a lone flatty, because I can't seem to get another one. I'll screen record the Willy weather forecast for today, because it will be quite interesting to see the rainfall actual versus predicted, and also the wind actual versus predicted. It'll be a great lesson for people to have a look at Willy and its predictions versus the actual, and then coincided with the actual conditions that I'm experiencing today. That's a true valley. Pity it's not legal, it'd be fish of the month. Little trevally there. Cool. Like 27 hours since I caught a fish. And it feels alright. Maybe it's either a salmon. Oh! It's an amberjack or a Samson fish. Check what the amberjack or Samson fish. That's a nice fish, and my god are they good eating. They are great eating. In 14-metre depths at Yarra Bay, you can see the container terminal behind me. That is a great sign for Botany Bay. My gosh. I don't think they have a size limit. I'll double check. For now I'm going to put it in the tank until I do check. I'll quickly show you the marks as well. That's where I am. Look at that. That is sexy. Okay, so it doesn't appear that either one of those species, the amberjack or the Samson fish, have a size limit. They only have a bag limit. That one there would be, I don't know, maybe 38 centimetres or so, which is a great size for eating because they are a quite thick fillet. I'll gladly take that home. Get out of it. Does that even happen? A bit excited. It does make the drenched pants feel that little bit better, knowing that at least I'm catching some fish. There was also a tailor caught maybe about 10 minutes before that fish. I didn't even bother getting the camera out for that one. Yeah, it looks like we're going to move into a positive fishing session now. The rain is still lingering. The wind is still going quite strong. But yeah, I think this is a semi-successful morning considering the weather. Checking to see if I'm alive. Yes, we are. So that flatty would be like 36 centimetres. It's a really fat one. It's got a girth to it. Very big girth there. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, it's deformed. It's deformed. That's why it looks funny. Check this out. Alright, so it's got a normal flatty arse, and then it comes in like a corset. Look at that. That is so odd. And it's got a really strange head shape. Like, that is a really bizarre shaped flathead. Really bizarre. Anyway, go live your bizarre life down there, mate. I'm not even going to measure you. That's flathead woman. Right there. Guys, with some diverse species. Little snapper. If it doesn't rain for the rest of the session, I'm going to be so damn happy. My pantaloons will have half a chance to dry. It won't feel like I've pissed myself. That was maritime. It's nice to see them out on such a terrible day, making sure everyone's safe. risk anyway, you know. It's better to be safe than sorry. I don't know what fish did that, but it looks like a mad, toothless grab and smoosh. And in my head, that's a flathead for sure. Just forget that a Port Jackson could do that as well. A shovel nose and a banjo could do that as well. I want to be a flathead. I'm overdue for a big flathead. You know, like 70 plus one. Yes, that's a good fish. Oh, stick. Stick. Yes, salmon. Salmon. Jump. Let me see you. Yeah. Come on. Let's live dangerously. Where are you? Oh, what is that? It's big. It's like 45s, easy. That's a fairly nice salmon. I was going to live dangerously and show you guys. You know what? Fuck it, I'm going to show you guys. Let's live dangerously. There you go. Nice salmon. Get in the net. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I know what I've done now. I've stumbled across the spot. So in Botany Bay on any given day there's a spot which is called the spot, and in that area you'll find every species, and I don't know why they choose this spot because this isn't the normal spot, but they come here and they all congregate together, all the species, and you'll have a fantastic fishing session if you find the spot. It's only taken me 5 hours to find it, but we're here, and I just came here by chance on a drift. So I was in a normal spot that I fish for flathead and it was dead, so I just turned the spot lock off and let the cyclone winds drift me somewhere until I saw something come up on the sounder, and then I spot locked straight away. That's all I did to find this area. Anyway, 44 centimetre salmon. That's a real small salmon, but nonetheless that's competition fish. I will get a shot of it on the brag mat with me $1 coin, and then I'll let it go. See that there? It's 40, pretty much 44 centimetres, and I'll let it go. Oh, that wind is freezing. Okay, he's good. Look at that. It was 23.8 degrees yesterday. Today it's 20 degrees. That's an overnight change. Wow. You see, yesterday I went into the harbour, right? I caught maybe 10 fish drenched several times before I had the balls to say, enough's enough, Mel. Go home. Stop putting yourself through shit for nothing. There's always tomorrow. Right? And every time I touched the water, either in the live bait tank or outside the boat, it was like boiling hot bath water compared to the rain coming down outside. It's 20 degrees today. That's almost 4-degree difference. What does that mean? Oh, you're right there. You're right there. Stay with me. Oh, I can see what happened on the sounder right there. Alright, so my bait hopping up and down. Every time you see me lift the rod tip, that's it. This dude comes down, hits my bait, I hook him for a split second and he lets go. My bait is still down there now, which is probably this little squiggly line moving around, and someone's come to have a look at it. And what is that? It's getting a little bit steamy. Suspenders. At least I'm warm. Gotcha. It's not the smallest snapper I've caught today. Tail piece with your traditional half killie hook style, and then a half hitch, which I don't think I could show you in this light and position, but half hitch the tail to the eye of the hook and let it dangle. Oh! Oh! Fish came and had a bite, but it wasn't a convincing bite, so I opened the bail arm to let a little bit of line out just to give that bait a little bit more flutter, and the fish took a big bite whilst the bail arm was being closed, and it pulled the line while the bail arm had the line in the middle of it, and I missed the bite. One of the most dangerous things to do when fishing is to not have your line in that little guide thing on your reel. You know, you let it sit on the middle of your bail arm, you're stuffed. So I'll give you an example, right? That's my bail arm, and the line is in the middle of the bail arm, yeah? And if a fish bites, whooshka, it won't set the hook because it's just soft and pulley. So you always want to make sure your line is in that gold thing, and make sure it works. It's got to move. If it doesn't move, it's seized up, it's stiff, it's no good. Fix it. I've spent enough time finding this spot. We've got to get the big boys to play. I need to go home. I've only got 1 hour left. Then I've got to submit all the fish to the comp. Time's running out. Why is that fucking on? No worries. Thank you for watching. Yeah, that's great. I love it when a Spikes fan comes past. He just said him and his wife enjoy my videos and thank you for making them, and that I've helped him get onto some fish. Now, it's feedback like that that genuinely touches my heart and makes me so happy that I can create this sort of stuff that people like him and people like you enjoy and learn from. It's really humbling, and it means the most to me that one, you take the time to watch it, and two, you take the time to tell me you enjoy it and give me feedback. Oh. Okay, it's not coming back. But yeah, guys, that's why I do this stuff, you know. It'd be 1,000 times easier to fish without this camera in front of me. Having to put it on record, take it off record, make sure it's charged, move the angles around as I move with the boat. Like, it is not easy. I'm not complaining for a second, I'm just saying it's not easy. So when you guys give me support and motivation and appreciation, I just want to get out here and make more. So thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. If you're new to my content, please subscribe to it. It means so much to me if you subscribe. I don't even care if you don't like my videos. You don't have to press like on them. Just subscribe. It makes me feel good, you know? And that's all it really does. So yeah, let's catch another fish. Just on that topic of subscribing and liking, no one's making you do it, guys. Like, do whatever you feel is right. I truly appreciate it if you do it. It helps me out. The other thing I wanted to mention is one video of mine, which is say 30 minutes to an hour long, takes the best part of 6 to 7 hours to film, and it takes 7 hours to watch the footage back over, and then probably another 3 to 4 hours to edit and create the video. So I'm doing that after work. I have a real job Monday to Friday. This is just my weekend fun. So I do it after work, and it can be very depressing having to spend that much time focusing on this one video for you guys. I will always do it, don't get me wrong, but yeah, just showing your support to me by liking, subscribing, messaging me to say, hey Mel, thanks, your tips helped me, or that spot was producing fish. You know, if you say things like that, I'm over the moon. So yeah, oh, you cow. So yeah, you guys keep me going, even though it is a lot of hard work, and life would be a hell of a lot easier if I didn't have to do this, but it'd be a lot sadder as well. So thank you for keeping that light shining in my life. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Alright, all the sappy shit is out of the way now. Let's catch a fish so I can get out of my wet clothes and go home. Not in that order. All I can feel is 30 knot winds on my line, so it's kind of hard to tell when there's a bite. Yes, that's a bite. Yeah, okay, flathead, I think, or a little snapper. Yes, bloody snapper. Alright, just gonna move a little bit. Just gonna move a little bit. The amount of hair I've eaten today is disgusting. We'll, we'll see where that school of weird fish moved to. They wouldn't have gone far. They're moving with the tide. So low tide is in 1 hour. Wow, that came quick. Oh, that's the wrong time, you dickhead, Mel. It's only 11:30. Daylight savings. I haven't changed my watch. Okay. Oh, why? That was loose. What was that? I thought it might have bit me off. That's a pesky tailor. Pesky tailor. So that's all the line I've got left on the rig, and I'm going to reuse it. And it's quite funny because this scenario contributes to the exact reason why and how the half pilly rig was born. So when I first started fishing, I used to use a big long leader like most people do, and what used to happen is over time I'd get busted off, or my leader will start fraying, and I would literally just cut the end off and put a hook on. And what the fuck have I done here, Mel? Focus on two things, you can do it. Sorry, so yeah, I started off with a big long leader, and over time I would get busted off, or my leader would fray, and I'd just snip it and put a hook on. And I kept doing that until I got to the point where there was not enough line left to tie a hook on. And this is a perfect example of my laziness. People don't think I'm lazy. I am one of the most laziest people you will ever meet on this earth, and I mean that from my heart. It is so damn true. So I'd use my leader until I physically could not tie a hook on anymore. And what I found was the shorter my leader got, the more fish I caught. And ta-da, that's how the half pilly rig was born. It's probably one of the only good things my laziness has been good for. You know, it invented the best fishing rig that I've ever used. Anyway, that's my story. Let's go! Could that be? What is that? Taylor? Are ya? Yeah, you are. That's another tailor in the mid to late 30s. I will... Oh. You just vomit what look like squid. That's not my bait. How much bait have you eaten? Anyway, that's for Phoenix for dinner. She loves Taylor. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more fish and we can go home. Yes. That's another tailor or a salmon. It's gone straight to the surface. Oh. Yeah, it looks like another tailor. Only little though. Not like the 40s I was seeing a few weeks ago. And you're gone. Kind of happy you're gone. Last bait and we're moving. I'll go get some... I'll try get some trag. We'll get out of here. Okay. that's really weird fish. I don't know what it is at all. It's a foul hook salmon. It's a foul hook snapper. It's hooked in the cheek. That's why it came up so strange. No good. Come on. This is one of the slowest sessions I've ever had, and I don't know if it's because of the wind and the rain and the ridiculous change in the wind and the rain as the day goes on, but it's shocking. It's, you know, we still got fish, but it's been so slow. Oh, don't be another snapper. Oh, it's another snapper. Alright, let's go find some other fish. I just need 2 more legal fish and I can submit for the comp and go home. Let's go to the tugs. So, on the way to the tugs, I stopped here at Molly Point, and on my second drop, I hooked up to something very heavy, and it busted me off within about maybe 20 seconds of running. That was another one. I'm only using 10-pound line, so it's bit me clean. Not sure what kind of fish has the ability to clean bite me that quickly and simultaneously, so let's go 16 pounds. It's like a fart in the wind, really. It's not going to make much difference, but let's give it a shot, because whatever toothy creature is down there, it feels long. Oh, it's just started raining. For fuck's sake. Anyway, it feels long, and my competition is about length. I need length. So the longer that dude is, or dudette is, the better for my points for the comp, not only for today but also for the year. So it'll add to my tally for the year. Two more fish. You'd think it'd be easy, you know, just catch 2 legal fish and be on your way, but no. Instead, we're 75% drenched, 25% moist, 100% frustrated, and I'd like to go home because I'm hungry and I'm sick of eating pizza. So whatever's down there, I can't let the bait sit for too long, because this thing it's not only biting my bait, it's biting my line. Okay. It's got some oomph to it. And I feel like it's a slow, depressing fight to get busted off. Oh, it could be a bonito. It could be a bonito. No colour. No colour. Gone. Yeah, I'm pretty confident it's a bonnie. And a bonnie means good length if it's a big one. My drag is pretty tight because I got busted off and thought it was a king before. Should back it off a bit, eh? Oh no, that's just a big fuck off salmon. Nothing to see here. No longer give a shit because it's got no teeth. See, I don't think that was the first and second fish I had hooked up to because they bit me clean. These dudes don't have teeth, so nice big molly point salmon. I'll give it a measure with the dollar bill and we'll get out of here. One more fish to go and then I can relax. And you know what will happen? Once I've caught my 10th fish and submitted my fish for the comp, I'll bloody keep fishing. That's a nice salmon there. Beautiful. Just make sure I got that shot there. Yep, beautiful. Let's go. Just almost stepped on my rod. See you later, buddy. There it goes. What the hell? I'm in someone's burley trail. That's burley. How good is that? Thanks, boys. I can't even remember the last time I fished in Molyneux Point, but the times that I have fished it and it's been on, it's been on. You know, this is why you see this place looking like a car park, because when it's on, it's on. Right, there's only one boat here. It doesn't look like they're having much luck. They're using squid, but maybe the kings will show up at low tide. They love a low tide change, the kings in Botany. And hopefully they get on with that squid. There's an absolutely beautiful burley trail coming straight past my boat. Sometimes bread can be a good thing. Sometimes bread can just fill the fish up and turn them off the bite real quick. You've got to use it wisely, I suppose. Yeah. You on? No, dropped it. Have another go. I'll drop it back down for you. So I don't think these fellas realise all of this burley is just coming straight to me. Or maybe they're going home. Maybe they're just cleaning all the shit out of their boat and they're going home. And I hope that's the case, because there's like 50 kilos of bread floating past me. Nowhere near where they're fishing, it's all here. Yes. Oh, that's a bream. I wasn't expecting a bream. It's probably legal, but now I need to catch one more fish again. This has been great. Molly Point. It's like being a middle-aged adult going back to your primary school for a visit. All the memories, the good times, the bad times, the fun times. That's what Molly Point is to me. It's just, I love it. So that was on the drop. As the line, I knew that was going to happen, but that's okay. As the line was going down, as I was dropping the bait down, the line just went from 0 to 100. Well, it was like free spooling. And that's how you know a fish is taking it on the drop. You've got 50-50 chance when you close the bail arm, you're going to get the hook up or not. Mine was not. There's certainly something good going on here at Molly, and I might finish the session here, wait till I run out of bait and call it a day. Feeling those mid-water runs, there's some big fish around, something's going on here, and we need to capitalise on the opportunity while we're here. That's disgusting. Again on the drop. See that? I closed the bail arm and I got lucky. That's a fair fish, probably a tailor or a salmon. I think salmon. It's under the boat. I've got to go, guys. Time to say goodbye. Just kidding. We live dangerously now. You can watch everything. Get up. Get up. Junkie. Yeah. Another sand boat. Oh, wake up. Wake up. Oh, under the boat. Let's get another one. Oh, I pulled the hook. What the hell happened there? There we go, another one. Oh, heavy one. How good is this? Get up. Oh, that hook's big bream. That hook's big bream on the drop. Now, where was this bream when I had the bream competition, eh? Unfortunately, it's been hooked in the anus. I'll get that hook out and we'll throw that one in the tank because I'm going to give it to the cafe that makes me breakfast at work. That's for them. As for you guys make me good scrambled egg, baked beans, 2 hash browns and grilled tomato and sometimes toast. So thank you. Bro, good bream. Molly Point, good bream. And then, oh, missed me. Okay, 15 more minutes. And then I will submit my fish for the Ladies' Day comp with Padstow RSL Fishing Club, and then I suppose go home. But I should have come here first. Molly Point is the place to be. Okay, it's another salmon. Nice. Alright. Yep, front of the boat. bad one. I think it's gut hooked. So this one is gut hooked, and it will probably die. It's definitely going to die, so I'm going to take that home and we'll find either Phoenix will eat it. She eats pretty much any fish, or maybe the people who work at the cafe at work might know how to prepare this, or may want to prepare this, so I'll gut it and bleed it and see if they want it. It's a shame, but you know, there's a lot of blood coming out. It's just sometimes that's what happens, but as long as we make use of the fish, it's no problem. Look at that, it's just pouring out. It's crazy how a session can turn around so quickly. Just try moving, just keep moving, trying new spots. If the sounder looks good, you know, stop and give it a go. I suppose that's the beauty of the Minn Kota. I just stop, drop the Minn Kota and say spot lock, and we stop right where I saw the marks, right where I saw the bait. If you don't have a Minn Kota and you're serious about fishing, I highly recommend investing in one. You will not regret it. There is absolutely no way you would regret it. It changes your fishing completely. Unless of course you never use an anchor, then won't do anything for you, you know. Just forget I said that. Everyone else, it'll change your life. Alright. I don't think that's a salmon. Oh, that's another brim. Yeah, it's brim. Okay. I can work with that. That's a nice brim, probably about 28 centimeters. It's vomiting. Oh, it vomited. That's brim vomit right there. That's what it vomited. The other thing about the spot lock, guys, is I'm in the spot I'm in right now because of spot lock. You can see around 15 meters away, maybe 10 meters. I can check on the sounder if we want to be specific. But I'm that close to the rocks, and I'm just spot locked on this little ledge. It's like a little bommy before it drops off into like a lower, like a deeper section at Molly. I've always found this platform to be productive. But I could never get here with an anchor, no way. The first thing, as I was talking about the Minn Kota lost power. Like I just voodoo cursed it or something. Lost power. I'm moving straight into the rock, so the first thing I did was stop the Minn Kota, drive the boat away from the rocks before I hit. Which is a massive reminder that you must always pay attention to what's going on, whether you're anchored or spot lock or drifting. The second thing is my line got mixed up in the Minn Kota prop, and the third thing is I don't think the Minn Kota wants to work anymore because it's probably run out of battery from the severe weather we've had today, trying to stay spot locked in 30 knot winds and big swell. It's not easy, and it wasn't fully charged, so yeah, that's just what happened. Still got like 20 minutes, I don't want to waste it, but if the Mini doesn't want to work anymore, you can't force it, you know. You don't want those batteries to run to dead because that's not good. So okay, it wants to work. We're spot locked. I'm going to keep a good eye on it. I'll keep a good eye on it. We'll get these baits out so I can run out of bait and go home. The sounder looks alright. Check this out. Looks alright. We are not spot locked. The Minn Kota is trying its best, but it can't do anything. It's got hasn't got much power left in it. So this is my last bait. Yeah, no, we're done. Done. I'm just gonna get us into some safe water, and then I'll get the Minn Kota up. Just left it out there for now. But bloody hell, Molyneux Point, that place, what a cracker of a what seems like 15-minute session. 2 bust offs, 3 salmon or 4 salmon, a couple of bream in such a small span of time. That is what sessions are made of. Look at the waves. Basically surfing the waves in. This is Botany Bay surfing waves. They're huge. Alright, so I'm back at Kaima boat ramp, and thankfully that hasn't dropped any rain. If you look over there, wait, oh that's so weird, there, that's Nick White from Tech Fishing. It just so happens that he's on to his next client as I'm coming back in. You couldn't make this shit up if you tried. I wasn't expecting him to be here. I wasn't expecting to see him this morning. But yeah, if you want to learn anything about your sounder, your electronics, if you want to learn anything about your sounder, your electronics, get more understanding, find out what you're capable of, Nick White is the man. Tech Fishing is his Facebook page. I went with him for 3 hours and I learnt so much. So yeah, it's coming back. Shit, it's coming towards me now. As weird as. Anyway, we'll go through the fish and I'll get out of these poofy clothes. Alright guys, here's what I've got with me. I just let a bream go because I figured, why do I need 3 bream? What a epic session. To put into perspective, they're a pair of 30 centimetre bream and that's 45 centimetres right there. So that's a fairly small salmon, that's a big flatty. And that is my dinner. There's something inside this thing's stomach. That's a nice full stomach there. Yeah, that was it. It's like half a fish. There's something in this flatty as well. Oopsie. This is like That's its anus hole. I don't think it'll fit through there. That's a little fish. Hey guys, look what I found.
Hey guys, Nick White from Tech Fishing. So just in between a couple of clients, I was down here and caught up with Mel. We've just been having a bit of a run along here, and we probably just found, what, about 15 odd cars?
Easy 15 cars in here.
Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. We've got a few cool screenshots and that side of things. So, but yeah, it's cool to sort of show Mel a bit more with her sounder. But yeah, anyone looking to get the most out of their gear, so jump onto Facebook and check out Tech Fishing. I'll be coming back down to Sydney in August, so yeah, anyone that sort of wants to make a booking can jump on and contact me through there. Awesome. Thanks for having us out, Mel.
No problem. See you, mate.
See you later.
See you guys. Alright guys, that's it for me. I'm done. Thank you so much for watching my fishing in the rain session in Botany Bay. It was very, very windy. It was very, very wet to begin with, but we got through it, and it was very hard work to find the fish. And then once I thought I found the fish in Yarra Bay, it wasn't actually until I went to Molly Point that everything went crazy. Unfortunately, I got there too late, and I had to go and submit my fish for the Padstow comp. So yeah, what a session fishing in the rain. I recommend it. I would suggest getting high quality wet weather gear. Mine was not. It did the job, and plus I've got a wetsuit underneath, which means even if I'm wet, I'm not really wet, I'm warm. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much again for watching. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. And just a PS guys, match the hatch. This is what the fish were eating. This is what your bait should look like. Unless you're using a half pilly, then use a half pilly and never stop using a half pilly, because half pillies are the best. Match the hatch.